Books and coffee, that's all I need. Lost in a world of fantasy.
Hi pals! So this video is going to be my experience taking part in the Hunger Games Readathon for the first time. Now I am a complete newbie to the Hunger Games in terms of I have watched the films but I have never read the books. So this is going to be you don't have to read the books for this, but I'm gonna. So if you want to know more about this readathon, feel free to click and like and subscribe. Oh God. Feel free to like and subscribe and hang around for more info. So the Hunger Games Readathon, everything will, of course, as always, be linked in the description box below. So feel free to check out anything that I've popped in there. It is for you to find the things that you are wanting to find and spreading the love. So, okay, so the Hunger Games, I heard about through Vanessa, who is Read with Dr. B on YouTube. And she is one of the co-hosts for this readathon, and it is effectively based on the Hunger Games. So we have districts. I am District 9.
I'll shoot a pig. I'll shoot, sir. Listen, I'll shoot the pig again for you. I'll pull the trigger, but I'm not shooting that prawn. You hear me?
And yeah, we can read as much or as little as we like, basically, and each book that we read will likely fit a prompt. You can obviously check the prompts and then pick a book that way, or you can do it the way I'm doing it and just pick a book and then check which prompt, because I think it's going to be fine. You can stack them, you can reuse them. It's very relaxed, very chill. There is a Discord, a very fun Discord, lots of nice people. So, okay, I think I've talked about roughly what the readathon is. It is in its 3rd year, but this is the first year I'm taking part, and I am so excited to be taking part. I may have ordered the special edition copies of the Hunger Games because I have problems, but they are so beautiful, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it, right? I mean, I've watched the films and liked the films, so why wouldn't I like the books? The books are nearly always better, right? I mean, yeah, okay, I have issues, but it's fine. It's fine. We're going to move on. I will, of course, show them when they arrive. I may do a little quick unboxing. This may be a little bit of a longer video because I don't know. Will it be a longer video? It might be a longer video because it is a month long. But not the video, I hope. The readathon. So we'll see. We'll see what I can do. I may have to split it up so that I'm not torturing you in the process. So yeah, again, not again. I mean, it is again because this is the 3rd clip intro clip that I'm filming today. Hence the reason why I'm wearing the same outfit in several videos.
I'm be fancy.
Anyway, the first book that I'm reading for the Hunger Games Readathon is Mermaid Moon. You will have seen this if you watched my Mermaid Marathon video. If not, feel free to go ahead and do so. It was a fun time. And I was also wearing this outfit. It's the mermaids. Anyway, Mermaid Moon, it hits the prompt, find supplies, an author you've never read from before, for 75 points. So I'd never even heard of this author, let alone read from this author before this book. So I feel like that works. And that is one of the pre-arena prompts. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right in to the video.
Books and coffee, that's all I need. Lost in a world of fantasy. Oh, indeed, from sci-fi thrillers to romance tales and horror stories that make me wail. I'm a book hermit. Mermaid, part of the BookTube crew, sharing my thoughts, connecting me and you. With every page a new adventure awaits, a community bound by the love we create. Grab a cup of joe, let's dive into a story. Pages turning, hearts soaring, feeling the glory. Books and caffeine, my ultimate delight. Pages and coffee, taking flight day and night.
Hey guys, sorry I didn't update you again yesterday. I managed to read about 50% of Mermaid Moon and then went to sleep. And then today has been a little bit, well, last night was chaotic as well because my son ended up going to A&E and we had to look after the grandchild, and you know how life is. Life is life, and everything's good, everything's fine, my son's good. So I didn't get as much read yesterday, in other words, as I normally like to, but I managed to finish it off today. And if you want to know my thoughts, of which there are a few, hop on over to check out my Mermaid Marathon video, because anything that primarily fits under the mermaid, this stack of books, will be talked about in the Mermaid Marathon video, just to try and keep each vlog a little bit more concise, if that makes sense. See, I'll probably be here all day and hopefully you'll hang out with me, but you will hopefully see that I am at least trying to keep these things concise. Okay, so someone on the Hunger Games Discord very kindly put together a spinner wheel with all of the prompts on, so I am going to pop a clip of me spinning the wheel for the next prompt. And the prompt that I landed on was capital, which is read a book based on the cover or the overall aesthetic appeal, and I'll get 25 points for it. So it's not a massive point bringer, but it's what the wheel gave me. So I was going to I really want to pick up the Hunger Games, but I think, I mean, look how beautiful it is, but I think I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to be a responsible booktuber, because apparently that's what I'm trying to be. So I'm going to be a responsible booktuber and read. I'm as excited to read this, don't get me wrong, but you know what it's like when you know, when you get drawn to a book, don't you? But I do need to read. So this is Ever After by F.T. Lukens. The cover is beautiful. I will pop a proper picture of it up here or here or here, so you can see the loveliness, and it is a lovely cover. I actually don't have a clue what it's about, other than the clues that you get from the cover. Obviously there are a few there. I'm assuming there's magic involved and there's royalty involved, and I'm assuming a gay relationship.
Assume, dear, it makes an ass out of both of us.
So these are all things that I'm totally down for. So yeah, I'm excited to crack on with this, even though the Hunger Games is staring at me. But I don't actually know how long this book is on audio, so maybe I can finish this quite quickly. And then, oh no, but then I'll have to spin again, and what if I don't get one that fits for the... I mean, I've got to read this by Saturday anyway. Hang on, I've got to read this by Saturday and this by Monday. So it kind of makes sense to read this first, right? I think I'm going to read this first. yeah, I'm going to read this first. I'm going to read the Hunger Games first. Yes. Okay. Okay. Claire, if you watch this, I am genuinely excited to read that book too. Don't get me wrong. I really am excited for this because I've never read an F.T. Lucan's book before. And he's been on my radar for a while. Or they've been on my radar for a while, I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, I'm going to wrap this clip up and I shall see you when I've read that book.
Dusty shelves, a treasure trove untold. Hidden gems just waiting to unfold. Whispering secrets, beckoning me near. Lost in a labyrinth with no cause for fear. TBR pile, ever growing, never tall. A challenge I face, enthralling them all. Classics and debuts, side by side they stand. Each one a promise held in my hand. Grab a cup of joe, let's dive into a story. Pages turning, hearts soaring, feeling the glory. Books and caffeine, my ultimate delight. Pages and coffee, taking flight day and night. World may rush, but here I find peace. A quiet escape, worries all released. Characters become friends, both old and new. In fictional worlds, my dreams come true. Reviews and hauls, unboxings galore. Sharing book love, what can I ask for more? Recommendations fly, a passionate debate. Connecting with readers, it's simply great. Grab a cup of joe, let's dive into a story. Pages turning, hearts soaring, feeling the glory. Books and caffeine, my ultimate delight. Pages and coffee, taking flight day and night.
Hey, okay, so let's do a last little recap of my first week doing the Hunger Games Readathon. Number one, I want to say, I love this Readathon. I am now well and truly hooked on the Hunger Games. And if you haven't, for some reason, read it, like I hadn't until this week, you might want to, is all I'm saying. Anyway, let's do a quick little recap and I will let you get on with your week. Okay, so the first book that I read for the Hunger Games was Mermaid Moon. I have talked about this already. I know 100% I've done a clip about this. So I'm not going to harp on. This was a very generous 3 stars for me. Beautiful cover, not so beautiful on the inside, just like a lot of people.
I'm not bitchy, I'm a boss.
Okay, next we have the Hunger Games. First in the series, absolutely loved it. 5 stars, easy peasy. I think most people know what the Hunger Games is about, but roughly, just quickly, just in case, it is about Katniss and her family who are growing up in a world that is not very kind to people in general. It's full of power and it's full of, not for Katniss and her family, it's not, they're the recipients of the downside of power. And it starts off how the populace is controlled is that they've all been divided into districts, and every year children between the ages of 12 I think and 18 or 16, yeah, either way, all of the children in each district, their names go into a pot, they get pulled out, and then the ones that get pulled out have to go into the Hunger Games, which is a do or die situation. It is survival of the fittest. It is crazy town. And the first book is about that experience. Katniss, I will not tell you how she ends up in the Hunger Games, but she ends up in the Hunger Games. There's a lot of intrigue, there's a lot of craziness going on, there's a lot of funniness, there's a lot of like lovely connections between people, there's a lot of ruthlessness, there's a lot, oh my gosh, literally any descriptive word you can think of applies to this book. If you haven't read it, read it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, next we have Ace of Spades. I'm not going to talk too much about this because I'm going to talk about it later on today, actually, on Paula's channel. Paula is Family and Books on YouTube, and she has a book club that I co-host the live shows with her. And yeah, this was our book for last month, and the live show is tonight. Okay, next we have so this is Ever After. We're going to pop a little picture of that here or here or here. Yeah, so this is Ever After. This was the book club pick for Claire over at Claire's Creative Corners book club. What's her book club called again? Hang on, let me tell you. It is the Magical Kingdom book club. And anything that I've mentioned in this video, I will of course pop in the description for your perusal. So please check that out. Anyway, this book is it's a fantasy book, but it's more of a fantasy romance, LGBT, YA, fun times, got a gorgeous cover, as you can see, and it's loosely based on, well, it's described as Carry On meets Arthurian legend. It is funny, submersive, young adult fantasy about what happens after the chosen one wins the kingdom and has to get married to keep it. And to stay alive, Eric hadn't thought much about what would happen after that. And it is such a fun time. There's a lot of miscommunication, there's a lot of magic going on. It's a found family trope heavy on that, and I love it. Yeah, it's just such a good time. I highly recommend. So next we have A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. This was a good time. It was a good creepy time right up until the decision was made to go one way and I wanted to go the other way. I have talked about this in my Summerween video, so if you want to know more about my thoughts, please check that out. And then next we have, next we have This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. Again, I think I talk about this in my Summerween video, so please check that out if you want to know more about this book. But also check out the B&K book club, because they're the reason that I read this book in the first place. It wasn't even on my radar, and I am so glad they put it there because it was such a good book. Easily five stars. It's a romance, it's contemporary, it's light-hearted and medium paced, but there is like, for me, what made it a 5-star was that it was it ended up a very mentally healthy situation, and it didn't bow down to what romance often does, how it wraps up, how it makes everything nice and neat and tied up with a bow. It doesn't really do that. It has a different ending, but it's still satisfying, and that's the difference. It can still be that balance between like wanting happily ever after without everything being perfect. Anyway, I have rambled on about that in the other video, so I will try not to again. And then next we have The Secret Adversary by Agatha Christie. This is a not Thomas and Tuppence. It's Tommy and Tuppence story, and they are just such a fun time. They are in the Scooby-Doo world, they'd be the meddlesome kids, but they are cheeky, they are bold, they are, I don't know, they just kind of go with the flow kind of people that just want more out of life, and they're going to do everything they can to get it. There's espionage, there's, oh gosh, there's so much in this book. Please read it if you haven't. It is such a good time. I read this month because it is the book club pick in the manner which is Leandra's. I don't know why my brain just wanted to stop working there. Leandra's Patreon. Again, everything linked below. Next we have Miracle Creek by Angie Kim. Now this one was a bonus buddy read for the Sibs Book Club, which is the book club that I run with
Headshot, bang!
Beatriz from Beatriz's Book Nook. She's only one of my best friends in the whole entire world. Okay, so Miracle Creek by Angie Kim. This was a reread for me. I decided to read it with a few people in the book club as a bonus buddy read, because we read Angie's newest book. Look at me at first name terms with Angie Kim. No, we're back to Angie Kim. We read Happiness Falls for the first month of our book club. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, so a few of us decided to read this. This was a reread for me. I enjoyed it a lot the first time. I enjoyed it even more this time. But what I will say is go in careful, especially if you are sensitive to bad things happening to children, circumstances that you can't know everything about straight away. And yeah, it is quite an intense, emotional book, but definitely well worth the read. So yeah, and this one is about a family, a Korean family who move over from Seoul and move over to America from Seoul, and they have this submarine, which is actually, it just looks like a submarine, but it's actually like a system whereby people go inside and they get like pure air, oxygen, whatever, piped in, and it's supposed to help sort of like heal things in the body. Anyway, that's not the main part of it, that's just sort of a part of it. That is what they start off. They have this submarine and something happens. There's children inside, there's adults inside, and it blows up. And it is, the main part of this book is following the trial of the person who gets the blame for this tragedy. And there's a lot of twists, there's a lot of turns. You're getting it from many perspectives, and you're getting little bits of memories and sort of like truth coming up as you go through the book. Yeah, it's just a super good book. It's well written. Angie Kim has got such a unique writing style that if you click with, you'll be a diehard Angie Kim fan forever, basically.
Avon Avon calling. Take time out for beauty when Avon comes calling. Use Avon Cosmetics and you'll be enthralling. For a pleasure-filled break in your daily routine, it's time to take time out for beauty. Avon calling.
Which, as you can tell, I am. So I will be very shocked if she ever brings out a book that I give less than 5 stars to at this point. So yeah, Miracle Creek, definitely read it. Go in careful, especially if you're a parent of children with extra needs, or have family members with extra needs. Okay, and finally, I am going to include this in this week because I will be finished this today.
Stop lying.
So this is the second installment in the Hunger Games series. It is called Catching Fire. And I mean, it looks like I haven't read that much, but actually I've read more than that because I was listening to it and just haven't moved the bookmark. But yeah, so Catching Fire is the next installment. It follows Katniss and Peter and their family members. It has a lot of the same characters, but then you're introduced to a few new ones as well. And yeah, there's very little I can say about this without ruining the first book. So, and I'm sure most people have read it or at least have watched the movies, so I'm probably okay. But just on the off chance, I will try and keep it. Right, what can I say? What can I tempt you with? What can I tempt you with? Okay. What would tempt me but not ruin it at the same time? Probably should have thought about this before I started filming. Okay, I'm just going to say read it. Read it.
I can see how that might come in handy.
And there's more of the same characters. There's new ones. I've already said this. Why am I repeating myself like it's new information? There's more of the love stories from the first book. Some of them are more developed this time. Some of them sort of stay the same. But honestly, that's not the best bit of the whole thing to me. Yeah, so yeah, it's how they live in it. It's the politics of it all. It's the control, but also the push and pull of the people within this society. Yeah, okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I feel like I've said something at least. Okay, love you, bye.
Bye, love you.